Night is a great fundraiser. In case you missed it earlier in the show, it's at the Recovery Room in Mineola. It's an open mic, so any musician that wants to participate, it's from 9:30 to 1 o'clock, and all the proceeds will go to the family of Danny Bobis. So even if you're not a musician, go down there, support it, make you feel good, and I'm sure that you're going to see some awesome talent there, because I know a lot of musicians are really anxious to participate and enjoying the good cause. So again, that's tomorrow night at the Recovery Room in Mineola from 9:30 to 1 o'clock. So great event tomorrow night, and certainly for a good cause. And anyway, right now, last week we had an author, and this is the second week in a row. So we want to find out from Linda Frank about her book that's coming out and how you can get this book. And Linda, tell us all about it. And welcome to the show.
Thank you, Howie. It's wonderful to be here. It's a nice opportunity to talk about my book, but I'd first like to talk about an affair that is being held by Nassau Financial Federal Credit Union in neighboring Oceanside on Long Beach Road, just about 3 blocks south of Merrick Road. They're having their 75th anniversary, and in honor of that, they are supporting local artists. So the author that I work with, her name is Karen Bonet, met an employee of Nassau Financial Federal Credit Union, and we cooked up this idea. And what we're doing is we're running a family night on August 12th at 7 p.m. at that Oceanside branch. And it is an event that's going to feature our books, Karen and I. Let me tell you about Karen and I. Karen and I met because we both were involved in self-publishing, and we do different affairs. We do it under the banner of Whale of a Tale, Adventure for Young Readers. Karen's book is called Whale Island and the Mysterious Bones, and it takes place on a fantastic island. She says in Indonesia, but this place really doesn't exist, but it's a very good children's adventure book. My books, I call them Annie Tillery Mysteries. I loved Nancy Drew when I was a kid, and I taught forensic science for years, so I decided to marry the two things, and I call them Nancy Drew meets CSI. The first book is called The Madonna Ghost, and The Madonna Ghost takes place on Fire Island. The second book is called Girl with Pencil Drawing, and it takes place in Brooklyn, but there's a big scene on the Brooklyn Bridge. So we have a big nautical theme here, and we decided, because of the nautical theme, that what we would do is we would run this family night with a costume contest, and the theme of the costumes is all nautical. And of course there's a lot of pirate popularity lately, especially with Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm hoping that lots of kids come with lots of costumes. We're going to have games for the kids, treats, and then we will do readings of our books. You have to make reservations in order to attend this event, so the phone number for that is 516-742-4900, extension 1408. The website for Nassau Financial is nassauFinancial.org. My website is www.AnnieTillery.com. Howie?
Very good. Yeah. What gave the inspiration to write a book? Because sometimes people they get an idea and they hem and they haw and they procrastinate and they never get around to it. What was your motivation? What was the thing that said, I gotta write this book?
I love this question because it's really a very easy one to answer. I reached a point in my life where there were certain experiences that I had that I wanted to capture. I knew I would never have them again. One of them was sailing. I used to own a sailboat with a husband, and we used to sail all summer long, and I learned to sail and I learned to navigate. We would go up and down the East Coast. I mean, we lived on the boat, and I was so proud of myself for learning this that I wanted to capture it. And so I decided that I love Fire Island, and I decided I would set the book on Fire Island so that I can put lots of sailing stories in there. The other thing that I wanted to capture was that feeling of falling in love. And so I have a young girl who goes to Fire Island on vacation, and she meets a boy, and she falls in love, and it's a very sweet romance, and so they're sailing, and they're falling in love, and they're investigating a ghost story, and the ghost is a very tragic lady, and eventually they uncover a plot which will impact our national security. More than that, I can't tell you.
All right, great job. It looks like a lot of fun and great books, and also that looks like a real fun event that people should get involved in. All right, we're going to take our final break, and after the break, we normally call her Tracy Lynn with a hockey spin, but we're in the dead of summer, and Tracy had such an amazing time last week with the Waterfront Warriors. We're going to be talking about the Waterfront Warriors and what a great parade that was, and how much fun Tracy had, and well, we might have a few more questions for Walter and Joanna. A few more surprises down the road. So stick with us. We're coming into the home stretch on Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie, live from the offices of Pechnick, and Schaefer, and we might even have the real estate report coming up after the break. So stay with us. We got a lot more fun to come here on 1240 AM WGVB. Stay with us. More fun after the break.